How to taste wine. Hi, my name is Tina Leader, and I'm going to go over the 4 steps on how to taste wine like a professional. By the way, if you haven't checked out my how to hold a wine glass already, I will put that link in the description and in the eye icon here. But given that you already know how to hold a wine glass, we need to know how to taste wine, right? To summarize it, we have 4 steps, and that's going to be 1, to look, 2, to swirl, 3, to smell, and 4th, to taste. So first and foremost, when you look at your wine, you want to look for the transparency of your wine. If you have something with words, if you're at a bar, maybe they'll have a menu and you can look through that, or even a white background. If you see the words pretty clearly, then that means it's thinner. If it's a bright wine, it's more of the New World style, and if it's a darker wine, it's usually of the Old World style. Step number 2 is to go ahead and swirl your wine. So there are 2 reasons to do this. Number 1, it's simply to evaporate the wine as quickly as possible so the aroma just flutters out and you can actually smell what's in the wine for step number 3 for the smell portion. But thirdly, you want to look at the legs of the wine. It really reveals the consistency of the wine. Remember, you can swirl either on a table or you can swirl up. Either is acceptable. So for step 1 and step 2, it's really just to observe the wine itself and how it interacts with the glass, how it interacts with the lighting, and what you see just based on observing it. But then now we're going to go ahead and interact with the wine on a more intimate level. Step number 3 is to smell the wine. Even though I labeled number 3 as the smell step, really this is the first time you're tasting the wine itself, because as you really inhale all of the aroma that's coming from the wine, you're really tasting it. And professionals, they can taste the whole entire wine practically just by the smell of it. And really step number 4, even though it says taste, it's more of the feel, the touch of the wine against your tongue and your whole entire mouth and the experience of that. So this is a step that you're really taking in the aroma of the wine and the flavors and what's inside the wine. So when you go ahead and smell the wine, you want to make sure the tip of your nose is on the center of the cup, right? So you want to make sure it's the center so it can absorb everything that's going in. And you can always swirl and then smell again. Because again, when you swirl, you're really releasing the aroma of the wine. So it makes sense to swirl right before you inhale and make sure you taste everything that it's giving you. So you might be asking yourself, well, Tina, while I'm smelling the wine, what am I actually looking for? So there's 2 different categories that you want to look out for, and it's the fruit of the wine and it's the oak of the wine. The fruit is the grapes that, of course, made this beautiful wine and all wines, and you want to see how it's different. Sometimes there's different fruits, different flavors that's in the wine itself. So that's one thing you want to look out for. And then the oak of the wine. Now, the oak is used for fermenting or maturing the wine. And so with those 2 combination of categories, you want to make sure you observe it and see what you find, see what you smell, and see what you're experiencing. Finally, step number 4 is tasting the wine. When I taste the wine itself, what am I looking for? Number 1 is the dryness and how sweet it is. So when you put it on the tip of your tongue, does it feel dry or does it feel sweet? And then you can know if for this one, it's pretty bitter, so you know it's dry wine. Another thing you want to look out for is the acidity of the wine. So high acidity would be something like when you chew on a lemon and it's so much, right? And you feel it on the sides of your cheeks. And low acidity would be the exact opposite of that. Of course, you can also tell how low the alcohol rate is versus how high it might be just by the lightness of the wine itself. Usually low alcohol is more light and more alcohol content. It's a lot heavier. Now, after you've experienced the 4 steps of tasting a wine, you can go ahead and sip your wine and drink your wine as you would like to. Comment below, let me know your favorite wine or cocktail drink is. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Please do so now. And I will see you on the next video.